Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Megan, I'm new, please be nice. So, today we are doing the Booktube Newbie Tag, because this is Booktube, and I'm new. Let's just dive right in, shall we? So, question number 1. Why did you start this channel? So, I want to be part of this community. I have 2 answers for this. One of them is like really stupid and one of them is really basic. So let's start with the basic. Basic being that obviously there is a community of bookish people on the internet and I would like to be a part of them. You know, it would be nice to give my real life friends a break from books that they don't care about at all. Like just last night at like 2 AM I was finishing a book and just like sort of live streaming my thoughts to one of my friends who was fast asleep, and you know, she doesn't deserve that. Like, I may as well do that to you guys and you can appreciate it rather than have to suffer through it. It like stupid answer is that I once saw Zoe from Read by Zoe do a 24-hour readathon in which she read all of it, and my brain went, you could do that. And my brother went, no you couldn't. I was like, well, I have to document it to prove that I can, so I guess watch out for October when I try and read all of it in 24 hours, a la Read by Zoe style, because I got it. That's a big part of the reason I'm doing this. Weird, stupid answer and basic answer, both equally true to be honest. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you could bring to Booktube? We could go down the trite route of like everyone is a unique individual and has their own like special things to bring, but I'm not super creative. I'm just another bland ass white bitch who wanted to talk about books on the internet. Like maybe find a niche. I'm just here to save my friends and to prove that I can read a big book quick. Like, not a lot of unique and interesting things are gonna happen here, I'm afraid. I got nothing other than me. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about starting this Booktube channel? I guess I'm excited that I can justify the amount of money I've spent on books previously. Like, you can't see, I might insert a clip here if I can be bothered, but there are 4 bookshelves of books here and a lot of money has gone into buying these books because they make me happy, and now I can sort of justify it because I'm like, well, I bought this book for like a video, so I needed it for that, and it's not just I bought this book because I wanted to own it, which is hella justified. I am also a big rereader, so I do like owning books I've already read because I will just read like specific chunks over and over again. It's just who I am as a person. Question number 4 is why do you love reading? But when I was making notes for this, I misunderstood the question and I wrote what I love reading. So let's just answer both of them. I love reading because of the escapist element. I definitely read so I don't have to think about like life, which is why if you ever see me reading like a mystery or thriller or like reading like an epic fantasy and like guessing plot twists, like it's not normal for me. I don't try and guess them. I like to just go along for the ride and be surprised, which is another reason I like rereading, because then I can pick up on the foreshadowing and be like, oh, that was so clever. But in general, like, I turn my brain off when I'm reading. Like, I'm just enjoying it. Like, if it's made too difficult for me to understand, like, I don't like it then. Like, this is a turn my brain off exercise. This isn't a I need to concentrate and be present kind of exercise. Like, I'm not in school right now. This is voluntary. Like, don't do this to me. But yeah, so I like reading for the escapism. As for what I like reading lots of different things. I love young adult, contemporary and fantasy. I've been getting more into sci-fi. I've been trying to read more adult fantasy, but it's just not as accessible as young adult fantasy. It's not as enjoyable to me because it tends to be written in a way that like they're making it hard for you. Like, I don't want that. I love like adult contemporary. I prefer more adult romance, to be honest. Adult contemporary tends to just be sad people being sad, and I don't. That's not escapism, that's realism. Like, it's not what I need. I'm trying to get into more thrillers and mysteries and non-fiction this year. Like, that's some of my goals. It's not really happened yet, but if you're interested in seeing a video of what my goals are, let me know. I would be interested in doing that. It might help keep me accountable, you never know. Question number 5. What book got you into reading? I mean, I've always been a reader when I was a kid. I went through like phases of not reading. I guess nowadays I would call them reading some, but like they lasted like a year. Like I read a lot as a kid, like all the Enid Blyton, all the Roald Dahl, things like that, all the kids' books that we had in the house. The first book I remember like obsessing over was Ballet Shoes by Nell Stratfield, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And I loved it, and then I never read the rest of the books because they weren't in the library, and like I was a child, I didn't have access to money where I could just go buy more books, so I never finished that series, which is sad. But I loved Ballet Shoes. I think I still own it. I think it's like on this shelf right here. I'd check, but then you'd see my pyjama pants and it's not necessary. But yeah, I think most people's like answer to this is like Harry Potter or Twilight, but I definitely fell in love with Ballet Shoes before we started reading Harry Potter, like as a family. And then, you know, I fell into everything else. I read Skullduggery Pleasant, but like low-key hated it, and then I found Percy Jackson and Mallory Blackman, who I loved. Like her books were phenomenal, and I still need to reread them because I wanted to watch the BBC One show, Noughts and Crosses, because I loved that series as a kid. It was just like, it was like nothing I'd ever read before. It was so jarring and so emotional, and I don't know if it holds up, and I need to know if it holds up because like it was like a formative part of my emotional maturity, I think. Question number 6 is, what question would you ask your favourite booktubers? And honestly, I think it would probably be like really boring. It would be like, how do you understand branding? Like, how do you edit? I don't know how to edit. This is going to be a trauma, I think, because I've made so many mistakes. I've gone over things. I just had like massive pauses where I was just staring into the distance. Like I've known it so long that my tea is half full and still cold because I keep forgetting that I can drink it, and I also keep staring at my little face in the screen, which is probably going to be really irritating to me when I edit, and I keep talking really quickly, which is bad because I watch all YouTube videos on 2x speed, so this is the speed I think people talk, but they're actually talking really slow. I'm really gonna have to work on that. Yeah, I guess it would be a question of branding. Like, how do you get good at things like Photoshop and editing and everything? How do you get comfortable on camera, or like promoting yourself, or like having your family members know that this is something that you do? Like, yeah, I guess it would be those things. Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will have that will be the hardest to overcome? Which I definitely said wrong. And yeah, like I just mentioned in the last question, like learning everything about being a content creator on YouTube will be difficult. I'm also a very expressive person with my hands when I talk, and I feel like that can come across a little manic on camera, and I don't particularly like that. That's why I had the tea today. It didn't really help, but you know, gotta try different things. Again, I talk too quickly and sometimes just like miss half a word out when I'm doing it. I just feel like I need to get more succinct when I'm speaking. Also, like lots of things to do with me as a person. Yikes. I think having the confidence to just like tell my family like, hey, I'm gonna put videos of me talking about books up on the internet, isn't that fun? Because they won't understand that at all. And yeah, I'm quite shy. So like, even though I want to be part of the community, like talking to people is not a strong suit of mine. So like, I feel like I'm gonna have lots of challenges. But to sum it up, learning how to edit, brand and promote myself, talking slow, talking without hand movements, and being a generally awkward, shy person are all of the challenges I will have to overcome. which seem insurmountable right now while I'm sat holding my cold tea, but maybe we'll get there. So that is all of the questions. I hope that wasn't too painful to watch. Fingers crossed I managed to edit it together in some kind of cohesive narrative. I would love to talk to you in the comments, even though I'm an awkward little hermit, but please comment down below, and I will hopefully see you all next time. I will link all the booktubers I mentioned down below, as well as my social medias, which I don't really use, but I suppose I should get better at that. And that's all from me. Bye.